are skeptical of the Bible's 7 signs. They simply cannot believe a loving God unleashing such a holocaust on humanity. But as the investigation of the 7 signs prophecy continues, a pattern begins to emerge. It's a dark place on the fringes of human knowledge, a place where the differences between modern science and ancient prophecy begin to blur. The next sign brings that dark place into sharper focus, revealing a new level of horror and destruction. Within the last decade alone, the world has been struck by a series of catastrophic earthquakes.
The 2004 Sumatra earthquake, the tsunami from that event killed at least 270,000 people. We just had an earthquake in China, but the estimates are 80,000 people killed. In 2005, there was an earthquake in Pakistan, again probably killed 80,000 people.
Hundreds of thousands of victims suffer. Women, children, the young and old. Are these terrible disasters linked to ancient biblical prophecy? For believers in the 7 signs, the evidence is clear.
And I beheld, when he had opened the 6th seal, there was a great earthquake.
Some believe the worst is yet to come.
This is unlike anything we've ever seen in human history. This is a massive global earthquake that will terrify people to the core of their being.
Imagine killer earthquakes striking all over the world at the same time. Even scientists are terrified by the possibilities.
We're planning for ourselves here in the U.S., but if you think about some of the other places like Bangladesh, in Dhaka, an earthquake there, oh my goodness, the numbers will be staggering.
For many devout Christians, it's a glimpse into the destruction foretold by the 7 signs.
One more evidence that God is trying to literally shake the human race awake to their need for Him.
Earthquakes play a central role in the prophecy, one that goes beyond breaking the 6th seal.
Earthquakes are a key judgment of God throughout the book of Revelation in what's called the 7th bowl. It talks about an earthquake occurring that is so great that the world has never seen it before. Mountains are leveled all across planet Earth. Islands dissipate and disappear. Entire cities are leveled.
For believers, a quake this gigantic and destructive would have to be an act of God.
The judgments in the book of Revelation, but many of them will be intensification of natural phenomena that we see today. I'm not sure you can take a look at the natural world today and say, well, that's what it is and that's what it's going to be. It is literally a supernatural event.
Earthquakes have a long history that predates the Bible. One of the leading scientists on the subject is Thomas Jordan, director of the Southern California Earthquake Center.
Earthquakes are among the largest killers of human beings in terms of natural disasters. We know of at least 21 earthquakes that have killed more than 50,000 people in recorded history.
Earthquakes strike along fault lines, places where the gigantic plates that make up the Earth's crust collide. With each plate weighing trillions of tons, the amount of energy unleashed by a major quake is enormous. In fact, the island of Patmos, where the book of Revelation was written, lies in an area that's noted for its violent seismic activity. It's even probable that John of Patmos himself experienced the terror of earthquakes firsthand. The same is true for his earliest readers, the Christians living in the eastern part of the Roman Empire. To them, the symbolism of earthquakes was clear. They were the judgment of a wrathful God.
We know when you get to the very end of the bowl judgments with the great earthquake, that there's great fear and an understanding that they're facing the wrath of God. God is unhappy.
Today, experts are trying to gain a more scientific insight into these calamities. In California, geologists drilled deep to place sensitive instruments directly into one of the world's most dangerous earthquake faults, the San Andreas.
At this point, the earthquake science community is faced with a situation which we don't really have the ability to predict earthquakes.
This is the first time anyone has drilled into an active plate fault. By setting up a monitoring station directly